Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Swas. Coming off a nice NBA night. Another one. This whole week's been good. VIP ticket went just 4-4, but the bet of the day hit Pelicans. Parlay hit, and the round robin with 3 moneyline underdogs went 3 for 3. So overall, great night. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep this good week going into Thursday. Only 4 games tonight, but let's take a look.
Welcome to The Swas. The Swas. Hey, get the sauce.
First up, Toronto on the road in Washington. This is a 7 p.m. tip. Total set at 222.5. This line opened up Washington +2. This line's been bouncing around a little bit. I saw it down at 1.5 and 1 on some books, and I saw it as high as 2.5. Looks like it's back at where it opens, though. Looks like we're sitting at 2 now. Got a pros versus public look here. Public definitely on the Raptors. Sharp money definitely on the Wizards. Let's take a quick look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Washington -6.53. That's a huge lean on the Wizards, an 8.5-point lean on Washington. So this is the first leg of a doubleheader. These two teams play tonight in Washington, and then they'll play again Saturday night in Washington. So based on how the NBA's gone so far, whoever wins tonight, fade them on Saturday. First thing we need to look at is the Wizards' defense against the mid-range shot, because we know what the Raptors' offense is. They take a lot of mid-range shots. They're third in the NBA in mid-range shot frequency since February 1st. Wizards are just 24th since February 1st at defending the mid-range shot. Definitely not one you want to see when you're playing Toronto. But good news for the Wizards, on the other side of the ball, the Raptors defense is a perfect matchup for them. Check this out. So this is since February 1st. This is the Raptors defensive efficiency numbers by shot zone against the Wizards shot frequency. So Raptors at the rim, 10th. That's good. Just 21st against the mid-range, 17th against the 3-ball. Where do Washington take their shots from? Just 21st at the rim. They don't attack the basket a ton. 9th from the mid-range, 14th from 3. So what Washington does offensively is exactly what Toronto tends to struggle with. I know the Raps are hot right now, 8-2 in their last 10. Jakob Poeltl's looking like a great addition to the team. Siakam's heating up. But we have to take into consideration that a large chunk of this Raptors hot streak has been played at home in Toronto, where this team is always better. Toronto's actually 0-2 against the spread in their last 2 on the road. They barely beat an awful Pistons team. They beat them by 4. They were laying 7. And then they got blown out in Cleveland right after that. Monte Morris is going to miss another game for Washington. That's a huge loss. That's their point guard. But Washington also gets Kristaps Porzingis back. He is healthy. Not only is that a boost offensively, but Porzingis is low-key having a great defensive season. Actually, in qualifying power forwards, he's listed as a 4. He's the 6th highest rated defensive power forward in the NBA. I'm going to take Washington because I think these teams are pretty evenly matched right now. So the fact that I can get one of them at home catching points, gotta take it. So let's head over to OddsJam to see if we can steal some value here on this one. And look at this. Looks like we can catch a free hook here. We can still get this line at 2.5 on PointsBet. So give me Washington +2.5 at an even -110 next game. Sixers are on the road in Dallas to play the Mavs. This is a 7:30 p.m. start. Total sitting at 228.5, and this line opened up Dallas -3. This line dropped down to 2.5 for a little bit, but now it's all the way up at 4, despite the public being heavy on Philly. So the line's kind of moving the wrong way here, but that could be a result of Joel Embiid being listed as questionable again. Let's take a quick look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Dallas -0.66. So we're looking at about a 3.5-point lean on Philly. You ready for the weirdest defensive analytics ever? So look at Dallas's defense by shot zone since February 1st. They are 30th, dead last at protecting the rim. They are 30th, dead last at defending the mid-range shot. Against the 3-ball, 2nd. This Mavericks team is somehow the worst defense in the NBA inside the perimeter, and then 2nd best defense in the NBA at the perimeter, 2nd only to the Bucks. That's excellent news for Philly because the Sixers don't take many threes. Well, actually, recently they've been taking more than usual, but still, this is a team whose offense is centered around getting the ball to Embiid or Harden in space. On the other side of the ball, the Dallas offense is 5th in three-point frequency. The Mavs shoot a ton of threes. Philly's defense, what's their strength? Defending the 3-ball. They're 6th in defense against the 3 since February 1st. So Philly has a nice matchup advantage on both the offensive and defensive side. So why is Dallas favored by 4 points here? Honestly, I don't get it. I mean, is Embiid not going to play? Is it because Philly's on a back-to-back? But I mean, that doesn't make sense either because the Sixers are 5-2-1 against the spread on 0 days rest this year, one of the best in the NBA. I know the line and the line movement indicate that the books like Dallas, but keep in mind, the Mavericks have the worst record against the spread in the NBA. Meaning the books have been wrong about the Mavericks consistently all year. So yeah, maybe the books like Dallas here, but they keep getting crushed with Dallas. So I'm on Philly. Let's head over to OddsJam, see if we can steal some value. Looks like you could still get Philly plus 4.5 on Unibet. I don't have Unibet though. So our next best option is Philly plus 4 at minus 108 on FanDuel. So give me Philly plus 4. Next game, Indiana on the road in San Antonio. This is an 8:30 p.m. start. Total set up at 238, and this line opened up Spurs plus 4.5. Public is insanely heavy on the Pacers. I don't know if I've ever seen such a public side before. Over 90% of the tickets on the Pacers, over 90% of the money on the Pacers. So many question marks in this one. Halliburton's questionable. He might not even play for the Pacers. On the San Antonio side, you got Branham's questionable, Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, all questionable. Devin Vassell is probable, so Vassell might be returning to the lineup, but overall, way too many moving pieces here. What have I been saying about the Pacers this season? When they're hot, bet them, because they cover in bunches. They're either hitting at 80% or 20%. So when they're hot, bet them. When they're cold, fade them. Right now, they're hot. Pacers are 3-1 straight up and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games. I don't care how public it is. I know there's some injuries we got to keep an eye on, but I am not deboarding. I am remaining aboard the Pacers bus. Hop in. We're going to the promised land. Let's head over to OddsJam, see if we can steal some value here, and check this out. Looks like we could still get Pacers minus 4.5 on BetMGM. Another free hook. OddsJam's hooking us up today. Give me Indiana minus 4.5 at minus 115 on BetMGM. Next game. Now for the game of the night. Clippers on the road in Golden State. 10 p.m. start time here. Totals at 231.5, and this line opened up Golden State plus 3. Line dropped down to 2.5 for a few hours this morning, but it's up to 3.5 now, and that's where it looks like it's settled in. We got another pros versus public look today. We got a bunch of these. Public is definitely on Golden State. Sharp money definitely on the Clips. Let's take a look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Golden State minus 5.27. So we're looking at about a 1.5, 2-point lean on the Warriors. I know fading Golden State at home is risky, but hear me out. This Clippers team is coming in here in almost a must-win situation given what's recently happened to them. I mean, they're coming off 3 straight heartbreaking losses. Double overtime loss to the Kings, where they had a 6-point lead in overtime and double overtime, and they blew an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter. An overtime loss in Denver, one of the toughest places to play in the NBA. And then they fell apart in the fourth quarter against Minnesota. This team needs a win. Meanwhile, Golden State's kind of flying high right now. They've won 3 in a row, and the last 2 were big comebacks. They were down all game against Minnesota, came back and won. And then after that, they were down huge to the Blazers, came back and won. So this team's kind of flying high. Here's an angle that makes betting the Clippers really difficult tonight, because we know Golden State shoots threes, right? Even without Steph Curry, the Warriors are primarily a 3-point shooting team since February 1st. The majority of that was without Steph. They're still 3rd in the NBA in 3-point frequency. Want to know where the Clippers rank defensively against the 3 ball since February 1st? 29th. Only the Houston Rockets have played worse defense than the Clippers since February against the 3 ball since February 1st. Wow. Golden State at home against a team that plays poor defense against the 3. We gotta bet them, right? Nope. I'm rolling with the Clips here. This feels like the ultimate buy low, sell high spot. Everything's positive right now for Golden State. Everything's negative right now for the Clippers, and the Clips are still favored. There's a reason for that. They have a better team without Steph out there. Let's head over to OddsJam to see if we can steal some value. We've been on fire on OddsJam so far. Unfortunately, nothing for this one at this time. Every book has this pretty much even. So give me Clippers minus 3.5 and an even minus 110. If anything changes with these bets, I will let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final ticket that has the top bet, parlay of the day, I'm giving out a round robin too. People like that, so I'll give out another round robin. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. NBA Thursday, we've had a great week so far. Let's keep it rolling. Remember to bet responsibly, and I will talk to you on Twitter.